Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart walkthrough. We are standing on the corpse of the Seekerpede, and once again, there's no audio at the beginning, but it comes back, don't worry. And we're gonna just be heading on back to our ship and heading on over to Scarstu, I think is how you pronounce that world, which is a very fun world because it is the arena world, which is something that every Ratchet and Clank game needs for sure.
What does it say?
Phantom, Moidoi, Captain Quantum, Klatchki. Me. Attention, Resistance. I'm posting the Emperor's hit list to our network. Come on, let's fix that communicator. We've got a dimension to save before the Emperor finds us too. Let's do this! What's on your mind? Come on, let's hear it.
I am feeling a bit responsible for all of this. Perhaps it is because of me that the dimensions are falling apart, that Ratchet and I are lost.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, your communicator's about to get fixed, so that's something.
Right.
Here we are, finally landed. This is a pretty chaotic looking planet. There's a whole lot of rifts going on. There's the Mr. Zurkon, or maybe he's Little Zurkon now. I don't actually think Mr. Zurkon's in this game. He might be referenced somewhere, but we mostly get Little Zurkon, who is voiced, I am pretty certain, by the guy who did Invader Zim back in the good old days of dark cartoons. So there's a lot of collectibles on this planet, and I think you can get most of them from the beginning, but you might have to... No, you can't, because there's an ability you need that you don't have yet, so we'll worry about them later. This is still not a 100% walkthrough, but I will from time to time collect collectibles on my way to the main quest, just because a lot of the times they're on the way. And you don't actually get achievements for collecting everything in this game. I think you do get an achievement for collecting all the craggier bears, which are these little stuffed bear things that are just located and hidden randomly. Other than that, you don't get an achievement for buying... Oh no, you do get an achievement for buying all the weapons, but you don't get one for finding all the golden bolts. And you don't get one for getting all the armor upgrades, I don't think. I was kind of disappointed with the amount of work that this game does let you do, but they don't give you trophies for it. So this was a straightforward enough rift, just some rotating platforms, and I always thought that they should have made these rift areas a lot longer. They always felt way too short to me. There just wasn't really any platforming to speak of. I mean, that was like a introduction to rotating platforms that in a Mario game, you know, that's the distance that covered, was not very much, but I don't know if that made any sense. Anyway, we're going to head on out of the rift and try to come back down here to this giant ship and then head to the right. And there will be a Miss Zurkon store yet again, so upgrade your weapons. Don't leave any raritanium unspent. It doesn't do you any good when it's just sitting in your pocket. And I cut all that out because it's not very exciting, but I'm pretty much just upgrading the weapons that I really like and buying ones that I can afford. Then we're going to destroy more of these boxes, mostly because they give you bolts. And bolts are a little bit hard to come by early on, which is pretty normal for Ratchet & Clank games. By the end of the game, like right before the final boss, you'll have an opportunity to make hundreds of thousands of bolts, and you won't be able to spend them on anything. And we'll jump on inside the bar here.
Welcome to Zurkies, your newly interdimensional gastropub battleplex. I will take your coat and also all your weapons.
Think I'd be used to that by now.
Thanks for coming to Zurkies, where we slaughter with a smile.
Zurkie's usually behind the bar. He'll know where to find the pirate with the spare parts. Whoa, the battle arena.
The universe seems even more unstable, unfortunately. No. Oh.
Namaste, and peace be with you, Rivet.
Hey, Zurkie, have you seen our favorite first mate anywhere? I need a signal booster.
Well. We meet again, my wee chérie.
Give me the part.
Did you follow me here? Another fruitless effort to win my affection?
Give me the part, Pierre.
Time and again, I tell you, my heart is taken. And yet...
Rusty Pete?
Rusty? Mon Dieu. Your friend has a saucy tongue. My name is Pierre Lafer. Pirate extraordinaire.
I'll fight you for it.
Zurkies is a violent spree zone. Taken outside.
I am more lover than fighter. And for you, I will always make an exception.
Ready to kick some robo-butt?
I have many issues with that question. But why not? Where do we sign up to battle?
There's a console on that big wall of windows over there. It's cool. I'll show you.
Here we are greeted with the Challenge Arena screen. We have bronze, silver, and gold cups. You have to advance in the story to get the silver and gold cups. And you're probably not going to be able to do much of the gold cup challenges until near the end of the game anyway.
Welcome, my beings, to Zurkon Jr.'s Slaughterplex. Are you ready to witness the excitement, the pain, the carnage?
And we are tasked with defeating Pierre's crew. So this takes place in 2 stages. We defeat Pierre, and then we defeat the boss, which I think I have in the next video, but I might put that in this video. I'll decide when I get there. So on the hardest difficulty, these challenge arenas are actually pretty tough because a lot of the attacks that these enemies do will sometimes take out like a 4th or a 5th of your health. And it's so easy in this game to get hit by like 4 attacks at once without even really being able to respond. And we have so little health at the beginning, it can be kind of a big deal. But there's really not too many enemies in Wave 1, and that's sort of similar for the rest of the waves. I think there's 5 waves we have to deal with. And it's just going to be enemies after enemies spawning in through rifts, and it's that until the end. So spam all your weapons and pick up the ammo. There's a lot of ammo boxes that keep spawning, and don't be afraid to rush on over to that health. I don't know exactly how much health you get out of nanotech. I think it feels like it's at least half of your health bar at whatever level you're at, but you know, if you don't want to waste the nanotech, then maybe you can say, okay, once I hit 10 health, I'll go to the nanotech box. But sometimes when you're throwing weapons around, the box gets blown up anyway, and you just pick up the health, so, you know, that's fine too. And I don't think it starts to respawn until after you take it. So in the wave 3, they're gonna send a lot of those little Beyblade looking things at us. They don't look anything like Beyblades, but that's what I'm gonna call them. And they're really easy, just use a blast pistol, they die in 1 hit. And these arenas are really good places to level up your weapons. So once we're done doing this for the story mode, we'll be able to come back here and repeat some of these, and you'll get bolts for the repeated attempt, as long as you complete it, and you'll also just get tons of free enemies available for you to level up your weapons over time. And if you are kind of struggling to level up your weapons at this point in the game, which I thought it was really slow, it's because it is. When you're later on in the game, the enemies are just so much stronger, especially when you start doing the gold cup stuff, and they become really good places to level up everything because you just get way more progress done that way. So you might want to wait. You may not want to worry about spending a ton of time leveling them up this early, just because it's going to be so fast later on. It's probably just a better use of your time to just play the game, level up your weapons as they go, and then come to it later once the enemies start counting. Anyway, that's about all there is for this video, so I will continue on in the next part.
My less attractive stun double will battle in my stead. Francois?
Alright, I lied. I decided I'm going to keep the boss Francois inside of this video just because it wasn't nearly long enough to justify making him his own. So if you remember that Juggernaut that we fought at the beginning of the game, that's pretty much this guy. He just looks different, has slightly different attacks, and that's about it. His name's not Juggernaut, it's Francois. But other than those differences, he will sit in the back and spam you with a shot that will kind of explode out into a bunch of mines. And he will jump at you if he decides that you're not close enough together, but if you get too close, he'll slam his other arm down and make a shockwave like there that will hurt you if you get hit by it. So this map is a little bit dangerous. There's fire coming out everywhere, and if Francois knocks you off the edge, which he did to me once and it actually killed me, then you'll take damage by those laser grids, so you can end up taking even more damage. And sometimes you just get in another bad luck cycle where he jumps on you and fire comes up and he jumps on you and you get knocked around. And like all Ratchet & Clank games, this one really has almost no invincibility once you get hit. You can keep getting hit. Once you get back up, you can get hit immediately. So you really need to just try to stay mobile and get out of the way, and just try to pay attention to his attacks. It can be a little bit difficult, especially once these Beyblade enemies start spawning, but if you just always try to keep him on your screen at all times, which I'm not doing a good job of right now, as long as you can just keep an eye on what he's doing, it's not too bad to dodge his moves. And we're at 50% here. It's nothing special to this fight. You just have to get his health down. Especially on the harder difficulties, it's not a bad idea to try to take out some of the enemies, but I believe they are infinitely spawning, and ammo does become kind of an issue. And if you're going to be using the Enforcer, you want to make sure you're close enough to actually hit him. But the Enforcer can be useful to take out those enemies and damage him at the same time. And then we're just going to keep whittling away at his health and trying not to get hit too many times. And then there'll be another cutscene and we'll finally head off of this world.
dramatically, I will get my revenge. But here, take your bath.
Ooh.
Eureka! She's done it.
Ratchet, can you hear me? Ratchet, can you hear me?
Clank, are you okay? Where are you? I saw that Lombax take you in.
I am fine. In fact, I am with the Lombax now.
Hey, I'm Rivet.
What?
Hi. Wow, this is...
Oh, wait, okay. I have to tell you something. Dr. Nefarious just crowned himself Emperor of this dimension.
He did what? No. I've got my hands full with my own Nefarious.
That's the thing.
We've got to get him and us out of here, but...
Without the Dimensionator...
I think we have to build a new one. I met a prophet from Savali named Gary. He would know what to do.
I'm only a few sectors away from there. I can go check it out.
What can we do?
Do you have the planet Blizar Prime in this dimension?
Yeah? Why?
We can locate the phase quartz used to power the Dimensionator there. If I am right, we will be able to recreate the device in no time.
I guess we better get started then. I'm glad you're okay, buddy.
You too, Ratchet.
Be careful
out there.
Wow. Another Lombax.
Let's build this thing. You've gotten a little quiet back there. Everything okay?
I may have slightly misrepresented the difficulties of building a Dimensionator.
Well, I mean, sure. We all knew it wasn't gonna be easy.
Yes, but phase quartz is
One of the rarest minerals in the universe. Right.
Hate to see you go, sugar.